basically coming to the end of work order management. We're just going to do one sort of recap when it comes to this, and that is going to be managing the work order. Remember the simple steps: changing status, adding time, adding your note. You can also sign the work order. You can also put your signature in, which I do advocate for when you're closing it. It's sort of your checks and balances, especially with your preventative maintenance. Okay, and it comes from the scheduler set to a schedule, obviously. Compliance and regulatory or anything on a schedule, anything set by a person is basically either going to be entered by you or by the team members via the request page. The other thing to remember too is that if you want to filter your list, if you only want to see demand work orders, then you can just uncheck this little box and that will give you demand work orders. So again, remember it hit my filter. If I only wanted to see preventative maintenance, if I go over to the submitted by and I hit submitted by system, it will give me preventative maintenance. I also can say if it's submitted by Susan, it will give me everything sent in by Susan. And again, it hits my filter here. Okay, so I'm just going to click reset. All right, so we're basically at the end of that work order management. I think Dino's going to look to
Yes.
open up the general Q&A.
Yes, thank you. We already have some questions and comments. I'm gonna send them your way, Susan. Let
Okay.
me see here. Talking about the notifications, when you talked about the notifications in the setting, Rebecca is asking, can we activate these notifications through the admin side, or does it have to be done on individual profiles after they log in?
So the only people that will have access to actually changing the notifications is anybody who is a master user within your system and it's under your facility license. So you have to have access to this. And within your facility is the ability to turn on or turn off notifications. Now, this would have been probably talked about in your training session and discussed, but again, not everybody here, some of you might be longtime users or new users. The other notifications that we talked about are the mobile app notifications. You have to log in as yourself through the main system to turn those on.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Collins is saying, are you able to repeat the print section, please? I think
Sure,
I
I
want to
absolutely
repeat to
can.
see how do you do that.
So remember, it's depending on what you're looking for. Again, filter, status. If I'm going to go and filter by active, so my filter, remember, is set by 30 days. And let's say I want to print off either one per page or a list. I'm going to hold down my mouse there and click so it highlights across the screen. I'm either going to hit my command key, depending on the type of computer, or my control key, and I'm going to click the ones that I want. And then I can just do a right click and I can print an individual page or I can print a list. Okay. If I want a list of everything, I can just click here and do either Command A if I'm Apple or Control A. That I'll do a Control All and I can print it again. Okay. I hope that helps.